You are cordially invited. The Thanksgiving table was a sprawling desert of stained damask, populated only by a withered hen that seemed to apologize for its own scrawniness, and a bowl of watery collards. Mrs. Rutledge sat at the foot, her spine a rigid line of defiance against the peeling wallpaper, forcing a brittle smile as she praised the delicate flavor of the scorched biscuits. Across from her, the men were already drowning the ghost of their former lives in a jug of clear, biting corn liquor. Mr. Rutledge's face was flushed a dangerous beet red, his fist thumping the table until the mismatched crystal rang. "Those blue-bellied vultures picked the bones of this state clean," he roared, his words thickening with every swallow. Beside him, the grandfather swayed like a dying oak, his eyes clouded with drink and bitterness, mumbling to the ceiling about the lost cause and the day the honor of the South was buried beneath a Yankee boot, his voice a ragged litany of grievances that served as the only real gravy for their meager feast. The heavy thud of the door-knocker cut through the drunken tirade, followed by the delivery of a cream-colored envelope that smelled faintly of salt and ancient roses. Mrs. Rutledge's hands trembled as she broke the wax seal, her eyes scanning the elegant script of the Beaumonts. For weeks there had been whispers of a Christmas invitation. Even the new people dressed in borrowed feathers, families of now wealthy freemen, had received them. "We are summoned up the Ashley," she whispered, but the words had barely left her lips before her husband surged forward, a sneer twisting his mouth. "I'll see us rotting the ground before we break bread with that brood of Yankee lovers and closeted subversives," he spat, leaning on the rumors that had festered in Charleston for years, whispers of mixed blood and a treacherous lack of station. The grandfather gave a wet, hacking laugh, a string of saliva catching in his white beard. "They're touched, all of 'em," he slurred, pointing a gnarled finger toward the river. "Witches and mad women. They keep the old one, Eleanor, shuttered in the dark like a haunt because she turned her back on her own kind. I saw it. She stood against our brave brotherhood, our protectors, just to save a schoolhouse full of, well, she ain't fit for Christian company." A heavy, suffocating silence fell over the room as Mrs. Rutledge looked down at the carcass of the hand and the chipped, pathetic remnants of their dignity. Suddenly, the silence shattered. She bolted upright with such violent force that her chair shrieked against the floorboards, sending a saucer clattering to the ground where it smashed into jagged white teeth. "I am done," she cried, her voice losing its practiced velvet and hardening into cold steel. "I am tired of eating pride for breakfast and washing it down with your pity-soaked memories." She ignored her husband's stunned silence and her father-in-law's drunken blinking, her chest heaving with a long-buried fire. "I don't care if they are witches or mad or if they keep the devil himself locked in the attic. I would accept an invitation from Mary Todd Lincoln and the great emancipator himself if it meant sitting at a table that didn't smell of failure." With a defiant toss of a head that foreshadowed the coming upheaval of the very earth, she snatched up a pen. "We are going to the Beaumonts, and God help the man who tries to stop me." Coming Christmas Day.